It is Wednesday, and I'm going for a walk. But before that, this is my balcony, and for some reason, there is a tree. Actually, a tree growing out down there, and it's pretty thick. And it's getting pretty tall. This is a real tree on my balcony. It's really sturdy. So I'm gonna have to do something about it. Or not. I don't normally look out on my balcony. I just hang laundry out there. There's no laundry right now, but I wonder how long that tree's been there. Now, this weather is gorgeous. The internet said it was going to be cloudy and a high of 10 to 15, which is true, but it feels closer to 20 actually. And it's not cloudy. And it said 50% chance of rain, but this morning it says 20. So today could have been the day to go to Shikinomori Park, which is what I mentioned I was planning on doing yesterday in my video. Let me get myself in the camera here. But I thought it was going to be cloudy and with a 50% chance of rain, so I didn't. Tomorrow is supposed to be even better than today. Today feels nice. I probably don't need my Saskatchewan Rough Riders hoodie. But I'm gonna take a walk. I don't have to go grocery shopping today, but I will stop at Tokyo and buy some yogurt because I used the last of my yogurt with my breakfast this morning. But because it's so clear, I want to get Mount Fuji on video. So I'll go back to my walk and the view of my walk. Now this street is a two-way street. I mentioned this in videos before. This is a two-way street with pedestrians, and up here you can see this yellow safety paint because this stupid carport is just a nuisance and it gets clipped all the time. This is wider here, but you can see how this is all scratched up too. And a lot of taxis, not a lot, very few taxis don't want to turn into this lane. Now turning into this lane is easy. It's wide, but then they get panicky here. But of course, cars go up and down that street every day. So I've had very few taxis refuse to go down there, and I just tell them, go down there. I drive down there in taxis every time I use a taxi. And most of them will comply. If they don't comply, I don't want to pay because they're professional drivers. Obviously, you can drive down there. Now, this is not my normal route. The other route has a hill up and down and some stairs. This route's flatter, but a little bit longer. But there is something interesting to see. As I talk to myself, when I turn this corner here, there should be more people. I wonder who this sign is supposed to be warning. But anyway, there should be more people here, so I might talk less. But there is one interesting thing that I pass on this road. Now, this road goes to the bridge that I always cross. And this, if I keep going straight, it goes to the main post office in Nakayama, and it goes to Maruetsu Supermarket, which has the best bread in Nakayama that's not at a real bakery. Ooh, those are cute. A little duck and a little rabbit. There's a dog. Now this little windy street goes to the route I normally take. At the end of this, there's another route that goes down in this hill and these stairs and comes out over there. It's a neat little windy street with a neat little railing on it. It's not very long, but all of these, this whole big street here and this windy street, these are all relatively new. The first 15 to 20 years I lived in Nakayama, and maybe the first 10 to 15 years, they didn't have this street, and underneath this, I believe, is the subway route for the Green Line. Because if I keep walking all the way there, I'll go to Kawawa Station on the Green Line. Green Line starts at Nakayama Station and it finishes in Hiyoshi Station. So I think Kawawa is the first stop after you leave Nakayama. Now here, this little shed, somebody sells produce. There's something there today, but it's got prices on it, and you put the money in this box. And that's a lot like in the anime Non Non Biori, which is far out in the countryside. They've got this little shed where people can put their produce for sale, and it's on an honor system. So seeing that in the middle of Yokohama City basically is very surprising. So this person might have one of those hobby gardens by the river. But there was a lot of produce over the weekend. So I don't know who wanders by and takes it, but just 100 yen for a bag, whatever they've got there. There were tomatoes and I think there was corn. Most of the time when I go past there, there's nothing to see. So that might be one of the few times I've seen produce in that shed. So these are the steps that I normally come down. There's this slope here you can use for bicycles, but I take the steps, and you go up these steps and go that way, and then you turn right, you go up this hill, then you go down a hill and up a hill, and then you're at that lane where the yellow safety tape was, and then you turn to my apartment. So this is Auto no Shingo, which is a pretty well-known landmark for taxis. See, it says there Auto no Shingo, so auto signal, auto intersection. And over there, those two buildings there, that's actually a laundromat. I didn't know what those were for the longest time, but that's an actual laundromat. So if my washing machine goes on the fritz, I can go there and do my laundry. Wow, it's so nice today. It's got to be 20, at least 20. It's not 15. Now up here is a bridge, and this bridge crosses Onda River, Ondagawa. And usually when you're on this bridge, coming this direction, if you look to the right, you can see Mount Fuji. Now it seems a little cloudier here than he did looking from my apartment, because the buildings are a bit lower. I can see more of the sky, so I wonder if we can see Mount Fuji today or not. It was very visible yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. Yesterday I didn't go out. It was so cloudy all day. Yeah, it's just too cloudy. So between those buildings there is a mountain. You can see a little. Where am I looking? There. But it's too cloudy. You can see Mount Fuji just sticking up there most of the time. But behind that low mountain, there are those clouds, and then behind those clouds there's Mount Fuji, and it looks a lot closer than it is because it's so visible. There's Ondagawa. It's a nice river. I think I'll walk along this river a little bit. I've been recording already for 11 minutes, so I'll just walk down the river a bit, see if there are any birds. I saw some big white cranes when I was out for a walk. And then I'll turn off this camera and just take my walk by the river, maybe take some photos. I saw some tanuki, coming down this slope and going under this bridge. There were 3 of them. So I guess it was 2 parents and a baby, and I don't know if you can see it, but there are some carp in the river there. Once in a while there's a really colorful one and one that's just pure white, but I don't see either of those today. Sometimes there's a turtle on this rock, but it is warm and balmy, especially for December. This doesn't feel like December, this feels more like September. And then September felt more like July. So because the weather's warmer, I don't think the turtle would be hibernating, but it's just somewhere else in the river. So these are some of the hobby gardens I mentioned. Some of them have already been harvested. There's also a big forest of nashi trees, which are Japanese pears. I love them, they're so delicious. But you can't bite into them, you can't eat the skin is too thick and rough. Okay. Ooh. There's some grapefruit. A lot of flowers too. So I will probably turn off the camera before I cross this bridge. It's been 15 minutes about, so I want to go back and take some pictures of those flowers and those grapefruit. And here we are at this bridge. Well, no Mount Fuji today. But anyway, there is my little walk video. So Jason walking on a Wednesday. Ooh, it's bright and not toasty, but when the sun's in your face, you can feel the warmth. This is what I hope December is always like. But I will stop this video here. Thanks for watching, and I will make another video probably tomorrow. Ciao.